pop it on the website for anybody that wasn't able to attend. They can use it as a point of reference. So if you can all keep your microphones off for the time being and your cameras off, that'll just help it go a bit more smoothly. There'll be plenty of time for questions and stuff at the end of the presentation. Okay, so we are going to do a live demonstration of the MC3. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's all going to run smoothly. So what we're going to look at is how to log on to the MC3 portal. So the MC3 portal is going to be the new way to submit your monthly return. We'll explain how the username works and how you obtain your password if you don't have one. I'm going to show you how to upload your spreadsheet and deal with any errors and warnings. And then we're going to actually go through and show you how to submit a file and look at the help and support that's available as well. So you're not by yourselves, you do have us to help you along the way. So what you're going to need to do to access the MC3 portal is to go to our homepage of West Yorkshire Pension Fund. So that's WYPF.org.uk. And then across at the top, you need to select the Employers tab to go to the Employers section of the website. Once there, you need to select the Employer Portal and Monthly Return Portal information from the drop-down list on the left-hand side. And then you select the Monthly Contribution Portal MC3 login. Once you've done that, it will take you to the landing page of the MC3 login, and this is what it looks like. So it's a nice, pretty green landing page. Once you've entered your credentials, you'll be prompted to enter a one-time passcode after you log in each day. So a 6-digit code will be emailed to your emailed address. So it's the multi-factor authentication code. Once you've received your code, so you check your email, it'll go to your email address. Once you've received your code, you need to enter it into the verification code box and then press verify now. And this will take you to the landing page. So the demo is of our test system, which currently doesn't have the MFA set up. So we're going to go straight to the landing page once we're logged on. So I can't actually show you how the MFA works, but it will work for you when you start logging on. Okay, so I'm just going to stop sharing this presentation and we'll go to the live demo. So hopefully you can all see the landing page now of where we're going to do the live demo. So you need to type in your username. So it's the same username that you currently use for both the employer portal and the MC2 portal. Okay, your username hasn't changed. And then you need to obtain a password from your finance business partner. The password will be different to the employer portal and the MC2 portal, and the password is also, it's not linked. So the password that you're given for the MC3 portal is not the same. If you change it, it won't change the employer portal or the MC2 portal. They're not linked behind the scenes. It is a completely separate portal. So it's just something to be bear in mind. And it is a bit more, you have to have 14 characters, etc., etc. So it's a bit more complex is the password to get into the MC3 portal. So you type in your username, then type in the password that you've been given from your finance business partner, and then we log in. Okay, so these get two options from the home screen of the MC3 portal. You have the option for a dashboard and the new contributions upload. And then across the top here, it tells you who you're logged in as. And if you click on the light bulb, that takes you to your profile. So if you have a look at your profile, this is where you can go and change your password. So this is the option to change it. You can also from there log out and then log back in. This button here is the back button, and that just takes you back to the landing page. So the monthly postings button at the top left-hand corner is the back button. The dashboard is where you will come and view any pending files. So pending files are the file that you're currently working on. So once you've uploaded your return, if you then come back to it at a later point, you'll come back to where it's showing under pending files. Once you've submitted that file, it will then be shown with WYPF. So it will be shown under here once West Yorkshire Pension Fund are processing that file. And then under completed files, that is where it will be shown when it's fully completed and the data from that spreadsheet has been uploaded onto the actual member records. Okay, so that's what the dashboard looks like. Let's go back to the landing screen. Okay, so we need to now upload our return. So to do that, we need to go to the new contributions upload. From here, there's a drop-down list where you can choose your pay location if you have access to more than one location. So if you're a multi-academy trust and you've got a few schools under that, or you're doing pensions and payroll for multiple employers with different pay locations, this is where you choose the location that you're wanting to do the upload for. So I only have access to our test employer here, so it will default to that, and it should default to the lowest pay location number. So once you've selected the pay location, you then need to choose the financial year that you're wanting to do the upload for. So the one I'm uploading in this test account is for the previous financial year, and it's a September return that I'm uploading. So you need to choose the year, then choose the month of the return that you're uploading. Then you have three options to post. So the majority of the time you're going to use first posting. So that's when you are selecting the first posting for that month. If you've already uploaded a return and sent that across and you've forgotten, I don't know, 10 new starters or something on there and you want them adding to that, you can then upload an additional spreadsheet with those missing 10 people, and you would need to select second posting for the same month because you've missed them off September and you want them adding on. You would then select second posting for the same month. The third option is that your file has previous month's data. So if you have a file that you're wanting to upload, for example, I'm doing a September one, but if it has any pay on contributions for a different month, so a previous month, for August, say, you would then have to select file has previous month's data in order to upload that spreadsheet, or otherwise it won't upload. So I'm keeping it nice and simple today. We're going to select first posting, so we're going to upload the September return for the first time. Then we need to choose the file. We need to choose our spreadsheet. Select our spreadsheet, and it's saying here that the file check is complete and it's ready to upload now. So now we need to validate the file. So it's showing here at the bottom that it's been a success and that the file contents are validated successfully, and we've got total 35 records found. So we need to select next to check all totals are correct. And this is where it takes you to like the remittance advice. So it's showing you there, it's totaling up the contributions for the employees and employers. So you're just making sure that the payment agrees with what you're going to pay across to us. You can add in any additional payments, such as previous year's adjustments, if anything's needed, or any deficit payments and things like that. You need to check that you agree with the total, add any additional information if you're needing to explain any discrepancies with the total and the contributions and the amount that you're paying across to us. The majority of you do pay directly to the correct bank account, so that will default to it. And then you need to put in the date that you're sending the payment across to the account. So we're just going to select today's date. Then we need to select next once you're happy with all that. So it's saying now that the file has been successfully loaded to WYPF database. There's a total of 35 files that are going to be uploaded, and there's going to be 35 inserted into the database. So we need to now initialize the database checks by selecting Start Now on step 1. For large files, it can take up to 2 minutes to process. I've only got a small file, so it shouldn't take long. Once that's been completed, you now go to step 2 and you need to initialize the matching process. So again, for any large files, it can take up to 10 minutes to process if you've got a big file. You select Start Now, and it's saying now that it's completed successfully. It's matched at persons 25, and then it's got 23 folders that's matched as well. So we now need to go and view the errors and warnings. So if we select that, or you can go to the dashboard and select it from there. But if we select Views, Errors and Warnings, it takes us straight through to the dashboard where you would pick up this pending file. Okay, so here it's showing the list of errors and warnings, so the mismatch of the data that you're supplying on your return against what we're holding on our database. You have an option here to download the 12 mismatches. So if you wanted, you could select that, download the file, print it off so you've got it to complete later, or tick off whatever you may need. And then we're just going to go through and have a look at a sample of some errors and warnings that may appear. So the first one that we're going to look at is a person with the same national insurance number, but not full match found at the same employer. So there's 4 in total. So if we need to select View to have a look at these errors. So it's showing the 4 errors here. So we've got 4, we've got a Jessica Bunny, 2 for Buzz Lightyear, and 1 for Squidward Tentacles. So we need to select the first one. So let's have a look at Jessica Bunny. So if we click on View, this is where it shows you what you've submitted on your return against what we're holding on our database. So this top line here shows you the under contributions data received. This is the information that's been taken from your spreadsheet, so from the file that you've uploaded. So you can see here that we've got Jessica Bunny, national insurance number, date of birth, the postcode, the folder reference, which is the member record, date join scheme, pay reference, hours, job title, etc. And it's showing here what we've got on our database. So we're just showing 1 record under this employer, but it's showing that it's a Jessica Rabbit and we've got Jessica Bunny. So we're assuming that Jessica has got married and changed her name, and she's married Bugs Bunny. So she's now changed her name from Jessica Rabbit to Jessica Bunny. So if you're happy with that, you check all your other details. The pay reference matches 225 against 225. It's a casual hours, so that's all in agreement, the same start date. So if you're happy that that should be the record you want in the contributions and line posted to, you just need to select that folder. What you then need to do is once you've selected that, you then submit it. So you're telling us the choice. So you're choosing to select that line on your return on your spreadsheet to Jessica Bunny. What you need to do then, or to make a note that you're going to need to submit a record maintenance form, because we need to change Jessica's surname from Rabbit to from Bunny to Rabbit, because otherwise it will mismatch against the following month. If you've made a mistake and you've selected the wrong record in error, you can reset that. So if you click on the reset button, it asks you, are you sure you want to do that? Yes, reset it, and you can go back and choose the right one. So if you decided, oh, it's actually it's a new person, you can create a new record. But we know for this for this test account, she's just changed her name. So we're going to select that file and then submit it. Okay, move on to the next one. So we've got Buzz Lightyear now. So we view Buzz. So it's showing here Buzz Lightyear's details across the top. So that's the information taken from your spreadsheet against what we've got on our database. For Buzz Lightyear, we've got a different date of birth. So your return is showing the 1st of July 1991, and our database is showing the 1st of July 2001. So what we can do is, if our database is incorrect, we can switch the view and we can change the date of birth here to 2001 so it matches what you're showing on your file, but you will still need to submit a record maintenance form. If you've made a mistake on the spreadsheet, then you just need to amend your spreadsheet for next time so it matches against our database. So if we're happy, it's the Buzz Lightyear, 11.5 hours, it's a 2:34, so we're happy that it should be allocated to that. We've just got a mismatch in date of birth. Then we're going to select the record that we're wanting to allocate the pay and contributions to, and then we need to remember to either submit the record maintenance form to amend our database or amend your spreadsheet so it's pulling the correct date of birth, and click submit. That's cleared the second error because it's knowing what it's doing with another line on that return. And then we're going to have a look at Squidward tentacles. So we have a look at Squidward. So here we have a spelling mistake in the surname. So we've got tentacles on the return that's been submitted from the employer against tentacles of the information that we're holding on our database. So again, just double check that you're happy that this information on your spreadsheet should be allocated to this folder on our database. So we've got matching pay references. The current working hours are 36 out of 37. So we're happy that it should be allocated to that record that exists on our database. What we would need to do is just switch the view there. We can change the spelling here. Let me caps lock on. Still spelling it wrong now. Okay. Hit it that way. Okay. And we can see we've changed it. But you do need to remember to submit the record maintenance form because this won't update our database. You're just clearing the errors and warnings here. So we've done all of the 4 errors for the person with the same national insurance number but not full match found at our employer. We then go back, and then that takes you back to the summary of the where the earnings and warnings are. So let's look at the next one. So we're going to look at the person with a different national insurance number but with other matches found at the same employer. So we're going to view that. So we're looking at Roadrunner here. So we click on view. So it's showing here, the error here is a person with a different national insurance number, but other matches have been found with the same employer. So we can see here we have a national insurance number on the file as TM020588A, but our database shows TM020558A. So we've got an extra 5 here and an extra 8 up there. So it's just a typing error somewhere. So again, if your spreadsheet is right, then select the folder and submit the record maintenance form. Or if our database is right, we can go to switch view. You need to remember to click on there. We need to remember to change your spreadsheet. So for the next upload, so we've got the right national insurance number. And we're going to do 558A and then click submit. And that has cleared the error and warning for that one. So we go back to the main screen again, to the summary screen. We'll look at the next error. So this one is from more than one folder matches to this contribution record. So let's have a look at this one. So here we've got Elmer Fudd. So let's view Elmer Fudd. Okay, so what it's showing here is there's this line on your return, which is for a full-time position, joining on the 1st of April 1993, but we've actually got 2 active records where you could allocate the paying contributions to. This happens occasionally when a record has been created in error. So if you do come across this, you need to let either your finance business partner know or your pension fund representative, because it looks like we've got a duplicate record created in error, and we'll need to move any postings that are attached to one of those records back to the original one. So if that does happen, you can always query it if you're unsure anyway, pick up the phone and ask us. But what I would suggest is you allocate your line to the earliest record. So we're going to select folder reference ending in 806 because that's when they've joined. It's matching the date joined here, the hours and everything, and the pay reference. We're happy that that is a match. So we're going to select the oldest folder to allocate the paying contributions to. But if you do let, like say, your finance business partner know or your pension fund representative know that it looks like there's an additional record that's been created in error, we can sort that out for you so you don't get the mismatch the following month. And then you just need to click on submit. Okay, once you've done that, go back. That takes you back to the error and warning summary. Look at the next one. So the next one is showing a date, a leaving date is before the start date, the join date. So I'll have a look at there. So it's Nemo Clownfish we're looking at. So let's look at Nemo. Now this takes you straight to the edit screen this time because there's something amiss. We've either got the date is incorrect. So we've got a start date which is before the join date. Sorry, a leaving date which is before the join date. So something is amiss here. This can happen where it's just taken, I don't know, a rogue date has been picked up and on your spreadsheet. So if they haven't actually left, then you just need to clear the date. Okay, so if Nemo's not left and we've just got a rogue date of leaving on the spreadsheet, we can clear it here and then click submit, and that will clear the error and warning. If they have left and it should be a different start date, you would enter the date of leaving. You would just enter the correct date of leaving. Okay. Go back to the errors and warning summary. So we're looking at the next one, which is an opt-out date missing. So have a look at this. So let's have a look. Mike Wazowski. So the error here is showing as an opt-out date missing. So again, it takes you to the edit screen. So it's it's showing that an opt-out date must be set if an opt-out flag is present. So what's happened here is that we've got an opt-out flag selected as auto on the spreadsheet that's been submitted, but with no opt-out date. So this can happen again. It can be selected in error. So just auto's been typed in error, or they have actually opted out and we've forgot to put an opt-out date. So you need to correct that by either unselecting contractual or auto, so there's nothing in the opt-out flag, or if they have opted out, letting us know what date that they've actually opted out and submitting it that way. Just for this example, I'm taking out auto or contractual because they've not opted out. It's just a rogue auto that's been transferred across on the spreadsheet. So once you've made your decision, you need to submit that, and that clears the error for that one. We go back to the summary. We'll look at the next one. So the next error that's showing is a new folder, but they're existing folders at this employer. So let's select view here. And we've got Donald Duck and Buzz Lightyear. So let's have a look at Donald Duck. Okay. So we've got our line from our return here. that's showing, it looks like it's a new record. So we've got a date joining as the 1st of August 2023, and it's a casual position. We've got a new pay reference number of 252, and then we're looking at the records that we've currently got on the database. So we have got an active record already for a full-time post, which they joined on the 1st of December 2015. It's a different pay reference number, and I've also got a non-member record as well. So if you're happy that this is a genuine new record to be created, then we just select here that it's a new record. Okay, so it's a casual post that we're wanting to create. So if we've selected new record, then we need to submit it. Okay, so that's cleared Donald. Now let's have a look at Buzz Lightyear. So we view at Buzz. So again, we've got Buzz Lightyear. It's a 15-hour job, 240. We don't have a date joined here. So the record that we've currently got on our system, they've joined in December 2015. The pay reference is 234, so it's a different pay reference, and the hours are 11.5. So it could be that Buzz has got a new post, and we're wanting to create a new record for him. So if that's what you want to do, then you select new record and submit. Okay, so that's cleared those two errors. So go back to the summary page. So now the next error type is showing as the date join scheme is blank. So have a look at that. So this is the record that we're creating for Buzz Lightyear, because we didn't have a date join scheme. We could have gone to the edit view when we chose, or prior to we choosing new record, and added in the start date there if you quick enough to spot it. If not, it will show up as an error. So we need to scroll down and we need to input a start date for Buzz. So we're going to put first the 9th 2023 as a start date, and then you need to tell us whether that's from a contractual employment or auto enrolment. Once you've done that, you just need to submit it, and then that clears that error. Let's go back to the summary screen. So the next one is looking at the enrolment type is blank. So we've cleared Buzz Lightyear because we've just done that on the edit screen, but we have a record to create for Speedy Gonzales that doesn't have an enrolment type. So let's have a look at him down here. So he's joined on the 1st of August 2023, but we've not entered the enrolment type. We've not said whether it's contractual or auto enrolment. So you need to let us know which one it is and then just submit it. Okay, so that's those errors cleared. Let's go back to the summary screen. And then the next one, the final one, is a warning, and it's saying that there's going to be a new person and folder created. So let's have a look. There's a total of 2 records that's going to be created, or 2 new folders. So we've got one for Speedy Gonzales and one for Mighty Mouse. If you're happy that they're the new starters, which I am, because I've created the spreadsheet and mine's only small, then you can acknowledge all. Okay, so if you've got a list of, I don't know, 10 or 20 new starters, you don't have to go in and view and acknowledge that way. Okay, if you're happy that they are genuine new starters, you do have the option to acknowledge all, and that will clear all those errors and warnings. Okay, so we've cleared now all the errors and warnings from our dashboard, from our summary. So we need to go back to the dashboard. And this is where we're in a position to finally submit the file across to West Yorkshire Pension Fund. So you need to now select check return. So at the moment the score is at 68%. So we've cleared all the errors and warnings. So if we select check return, that should then make the score 100% because we've cleared all our errors and warnings. And now we have a button that shows to submit to WYPF. Okay, so if you're happy and we're ready to submit, that's what we can do. Before I do that, there is another button at the side here. So at the point that you upload a file to the dashboard, before you submit it to West Yorkshire Pension Fund, you will always have the option to delete that file. So if you've had, I don't know, there's loads of errors and warnings that's come up due to some slippage in the data, if they've dropped a line or something, you can delete the spreadsheet and re-upload it. So that's an option for you as well. So I'm happy that this file has been completed. We've cleared all our errors and warnings, so I'm now going to submit that to WYPF. Okay, so then that's moved from our pending files and it should now be shown under with WYPF. So here we can see it's gone to our finance team to finish off the processing at their end and make sure, you know, everything's allocated to the individual records. It's only at this point, once you've submitted the file to WYPF, that you've met your statutory requirements of submitting the file no later than the 19th of the following month. So this is at that point that you've done it. Okay. And like I say, once the finance team have finished completing that file, it will then be shown under completed files. And that's where you know that that's all the pension, all the paying contributions from your file have been uploaded to the member records. Okay. Right, so that is how we submit a return. I'll just go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Let's just log out of there. Finish that. Go back. There we go. Right, okay. So we've done the live demo. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at what help and support is available to assist you with the transition to the MC3 portal. Okay, so we are available to help. So in preparation for the transition, you can request a data cleansing report from your finance business partner before your first submission. So you can identify any data that is currently mismatching and make the necessary amendments so it does match. So you'll have fewer errors and warnings going forward. You can correct our database by submitting any changes through the employer portal using the record maintenance form, or by correcting your payroll information so it pulls the right data onto your monthly return spreadsheet, which will then match what we hold on our database. So this will then reduce any errors and warnings which are created through the mismatch of data. So that's definitely something that I would recommend. There's also further tools available to help you use the MC3 portal. So we have some bite-sized videos which demonstrate areas you may need assistance with, and there's a manual available on our website as a point of reference, and help is available from your finance business partner because they're the ones that's going to be dealing with your monthly return. You can find the contact information of your finance business partner, so the mobile numbers that we have for each of the finance business partners, and they're detailed on the last page of the MC3 manual. If you call your finance business partner or call any of the finance business partner if yours is unavailable and you can't get through to any of them, you can use the following email address to contact them and they'll get back to you that way. So if you are struggling to get hold of the finance business partner, you can email them at wypf.contributions@wypf.org.uk, and that account is monitored on a daily basis. If you're unsure who your finance business partner is or your pension fund representative is, you can find that information under the pay location tab through the employer portal. So once you're logged onto the employer portal, if you select view location and then pay location, the screen there will show you who your finance business partner is and your pension fund representative. Occasionally, the name is shown as surname and first initial. So if your finance business partner was Richard Clark, it may be shown as Clark R, but you wouldn't see him as Richard Clark under the list and contact Richard if he's your finance business partner. If you have any difficulties contacting your finance business partner and still require some assistance, then please do contact one of the members of the employer relation team, so your pension fund representative, who will help you. So the contact details you can use are displayed on the slide here. So you can use the employer contact us page on our website to find the contact details for your pension fund representative if you don't know it. And you can also contact us directly via email using our team mailbox, which is wypf.pfr@wypf.org.uk. Or you can call our employer helpline for assistance. We do have that monitored, that's switched on all the time. And our employer helpline is 01274 434 900. Do remember it is the employer helpline, so don't give that number out to the members, otherwise we'll never get off the phone and we won't be able to answer your queries. Okay, so to finish, we must display the disclaimer for your notice. So it's just that this presentation that's been issued by West Yorkshire Pension Fund to assist the stakeholders and partners associated with West Yorkshire Pension Fund. This information has been prepared on the fund's current understanding of the scheme regulations. Therefore, it should not be treated as complete authoritative statement of the law. Users may wish or will need to take their own legal advice on the interpretation of any particular regulations. No responsibility whatsoever will be assumed by the fund for any liability, financial or otherwise, incurred by stakeholders relying on this statement. The fund does not accept any responsibility for reliance on the contained or referred to in this guidance. That is the end of the live demonstration. I am around for any questions and answers, so I'll just stop sharing the presentation. There we go. And if anybody has any questions, you can pop them in the chat box. You can come off and ask your questions. Right, so we've got one already. Let's just have a look. So can I ask, at what point can I print out the remittance advice? I think you'd just be able to take a screenshot. So before you validate, once you've validated your checks, before you then go on to the next stage, I would just take a screenshot of it. You can go and view the files and stuff, so you can see what's come across, but the actual remittance advice, I would just take a screenshot before you submit it across. I can send the shares, send a copy of the slides round. That's fine. I do have a copy of the demonstration that we've put into slides as well, so I can send that around, so you can see that. Go to the top. So yeah, you will get a feedback form and a copy of the slides, which includes the demonstration. Please don't be scared of it. It's not something that's completely brand new. Literally, instead of getting the queries of the errors and warnings via your finance business partner through email or over the phone, you're dealing with them firsthand. It's your data, you should know what you need to do with it. But if you get stuck, please, do contact us. We are there to help you through the initial process. So we've got a question, will we still get exception reports? Yes, you still get the exception reports. So once finance have completed their side of things and your file has been fully completed, the exception reports are then created just like they are now for you to then deal with. So nothing changes there at all. Next question, can you remind me when we need to start using this? Okay, so George, ideally, we're wanting everybody to go start using it now if you can do. So everybody does have access to it. So again, it will show you in the slides, but you can access it through the employers section of our website. It's the same username. If you've not been given a password, you need to contact your finance business partner to obtain a password to get access to the MC3 portal. The password will be different to the employer portal and the MC2. It's the same username, but it will be a different password. And like I said, the passwords are not interlinked. So the password for the MC3 portal is not the same for the employer portal or the MC2 unless you physically change it so it matches. It's not going to be kept up to date behind the scenes. I've got another question. So what happens when employers advise West Yorkshire Pension Fund of say new address but not informed us? That would be a mismatch, but we wouldn't know which is right. That happens now anyway, so your address doesn't mismatch on the errors and warnings. Okay, you will get an exception report, which is what happens now. You won't get an error and warning on an address mismatch. Okay, so nothing changes there. There's no change to how it currently works. Okay, well we're hoping it is straightforward, Jonathan. Right. I've got another question. So can you change the date of payment? So example, if correcting the errors and warnings takes a bit longer to fix, you can. Now I'm assuming correcting the errors and warnings shouldn't change the date that you're making the payment across to the bank account. So when you're selecting the date on the remittance advice, you're selecting the date that you're sending the payment across to the fund, okay, not the date that you're submitting the return, because it may be that you're submitting the payment across, I don't know, for example, on the 12th, you're starting, you know, going through your errors and warnings, but you don't get them finished on the 12th, you're doing it the next day. The date that you're selecting on the remittance advice is the date that you're making the payment to the relevant bank account. Okay, so we've also got a question. Will the files to be uploaded still be accepted as Excel files? Yes, it's exactly the same spreadsheet that you're uploading now. There's no difference at all. So there was a slight amendment to the spreadsheet a couple of months ago where we changed one of the name of the columns from 50/50 start date. It's now start date 50/50 because it couldn't start with a number. It's the spreadsheet that's available on our website that you would upload through the new MC3 portal. So it's the same Excel file. Okay, so will this be the same for firefighters pension? Yes, it will be. It's going to be rolled out to the fire schemes as well, and it will look exactly the same. So yes, that is correct. Okay, can we have a guidance note and hard copy of this demo? Okay, I am going to send the copy of the slides round with the demonstration attached. Okay, so obviously you've seen the live demo. There will be a PowerPoint of the live demo that I will send round as well. There is a manual for you to use on the website, which is really useful. It's got all the different errors and warnings that you could come across and how to clear them and things like that as well. And if there's anything that you're stuck on, you can just give us a call and we'll help you until you get used to it. Okay, is the spreadsheet file the same format? Yes, yep, completely the same format. No change to the spreadsheet whatsoever. Is the layout of the spreadsheet in particular order? No, the spreadsheet's here, it's exactly the same. What will happen when you upload your spreadsheet, if you do have any errors or warnings, you tend to go through the errors first because they will then clear some of the warnings. So you're not having to duplicate work. Okay, if you have a late new starter, do you select the third option when uploading the file? You only select the third option if you've got a previous month's data. So if the file that you're uploading for September, in my example, you've missed some paying contributions off for somebody for, I don't know, a previous year, you've got a different month on there, you would have to select that the file has got a previous month on there if you've got a different month showing than September. If you've missed some people off there, like I say, a late new starter, you select the second posting for the same month, and then that will allow you to upload an additional spreadsheet across to us. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions in the chat box. I hope you guys have found it useful. If anybody else has got any questions, please pop them in the chat box. You're welcome to come off mute. Otherwise, you're free to go. So I will send a copy of the PowerPoint across to you and the feedback form. And thank you for attending. And hopefully it's not been too scary for you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Cheryl, can I just ask a question?
Of course you can.
You talked about late starters. So if we've got somebody that starts on the, let's say the 20, we pay on the 25th of the month. So in what month we're in now, July. So we've got some, let's say we had somebody start on the 25th of June. We wouldn't have actually had those in the June return.
No, they'd be on July's return.
They'd be June return. And before, what we'd do is, because actually the contributions would still be in one line.
It would still be just July's, yeah. No, it's fine. It's just your start date that would show in June, but you're still going to use the first posting for that file. Yeah. Is that what you wanted to know? So yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. It's been most useful.
Darling. Yeah.
Thank you.
Problem.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye. Thank you all. Richard, if you could end recording, that would be great.